Still patching up. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do. Hey, Lancel, thank you, thank you, thank you. What are the pot upgrades? Dork, howdy, howdy. I forget what the pot upgrades were. Usually for those patch notes, I'm just copying over whatever's put in there. The pot upgrades were, I know what it was. Some people did some pot upgrades, like actually increase the size of their pot, and those got put in there. I think the new pot deco limits, interior deco limits and other stuff got, I think that's already on live. Yeah, just saying pot upgrades is probably confusing. I'm patching up my QA client, my GM QA client. Give me just a minute, and I will be live. Griffler. Greetings. Elwyn Moon. Greetings. No Elwyn Moon. No fair this year for us. I'd been promising Maxine we would go, but obviously, for good reasons, we didn't go last weekend. Then I think they finally actually shut down the Sherwood Forest for the year. Gwendolyn. Lots of names I know. Good afternoon. You can see I'm looking like Apocalypse Chris here. Got up, exercised, did not shower yet. I'll go shower here in a bit. Good afternoon, Eve. Hold on, still patching up here. And I can't do giveaways until again. I guess I could do giveaways. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby, someone posted. Liz posted a video of singing "Baby Shark" while you wash your hands. Everybody's looking for their new "How long should I wash my hands?" song. They tell kids to wash their hands through ABC or whatever. But the new suggestion is washing your hands through Baby Shark. Baby shark, do 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 do. Oh, I've got to open a raffle. I can't do that till I figure out what I'm going to give away. Let's see what my last giveaway was. We will do the same giveaway I had last time. Hold on, let me get that up there, which is a Heraldry Gust Ball uniform. Bam, now it's open. Now you can raffle it. Type raffle to join. Still patching. Matt Klein. Oh, I still need to get, Sean, I still need to get Undone to look into that. Let me ping him and see if he's up for it. Hey, good afternoon, Snugsy1. Oh, hold on. Let's see, am I getting close? Ah, I'm ready, okay. Do 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 do. Gwendolyn Obscuro. So, Elgarion has been sick. We don't believe it's that sick. We actually just discussing this morning. He's been having trouble because he, it's throat and talking. As you guys saw me go through a while back when you have like a nasty flu or whatever that hangs around with you. Again, we assume it's just nasty flu, but it makes it tough to talk for long periods of time. But actually, we talked to him this morning. That's he. Basically, there's 0% humidity where he lives, and he doesn't have a humidifier. So he's going to get a humidifier as his next thing. But anyways, he will be back on soon. He is feeling much better. Again, just when you have that type of crappy coughing and sinusy and throat mucusy stuff, you really don't want to talk for long periods of time. He is not cedar fever, Elwin. He is not from around here. We would get cedar fever. He gets whatever. Wide open country fever, which I think is actually just has the flu or something. So yeah, so let's talk about health stuff. One of which is humidity and disease stuff. Now again, they don't know on the coronavirus. They're looking at it. They still don't have enough data as to whether or not it's humidity or temperatures. But since no one else on my team seemed to know this, I was going to give you guys a lecture on that, which is, so people think you get the flu and you get sick in winter because of the cold. So it's technically, it is because of the cold, but it's because the cold makes the humidity lower. It doesn't actually make it lower, it just reduces the capacity of the air to hold moisture. But anyways, the thing that actually reduces flu transmission in summer is the humidity. Having higher humidity reduces it. The flu, and that's because the flu virus will live on surfaces and in the air for much shorter periods of time when the humidity is high. Keeping your humidity over 70% or over 50% is huge in terms of reducing transmission of many diseases, definitely influenza. I'm not going to say it's the cause for coronavirus, although they have shown that 40 degrees Fahrenheit, this is your all sickness all the time channel, but 40 degrees Fahrenheit is what they found has been the most transmittable temperature for coronavirus so far, but again, they just don't have enough data. So yeah, I don't know, Justin. Transmission through the internet. We're doing the TCP connection thing, doing the handshake, and you got it there. That's the joke that's been going around. There's absolutely nothing joke-worthy, though, about the current stuff that's going around. Try to be as serious about it as possible, although it's also tough because you also try not to make the times too serious, despite it being incredibly serious, but especially absolutely gut-wrenching stuff going on in Italy and a few other places, but mostly Italy, just with the kind of the worst-case scenario over there. Vegas is not closed. They did close the schools. I was just talking to Duke Violation, who lives in Vegas right now, and he was absolutely freaking out because they had not officially closed the schools until, I guess, Sunday afternoon. They officially closed the schools in Las Vegas. My belief in it, I've been calling it for a while now, which is the schools here in Austin and many places will probably be shut down through the end of the year. They'll move to homeschooling. Again, that's the thing. As I wait for this to finish up and get started here and continue to talk about disease stuff, that's the thing. It's hard to imagine silver linings and all this stuff going on right now. But one of those could be, again, lots of stuff like maybe more people working from home. People going to accept that. My wife is home right now. Her company actually, I think like maybe on Wednesday, sent out something saying, we're not closing, you can't work from home unless you get specific permission or unless you've traveled to a high-risk country, blah, blah, blah. And then by Friday morning, they said everybody must work from home. So there's been a lot of about faces here on things. I think people finally got the memo or saw the curve for transmission and mortality. Sorry not to try and bum you guys out. Oh yeah, headline divorce rates going up with people being at home. I've only been yelled at a few times since she came home. It was mostly because I was whistling and singing. during her morning status meeting. And she was like, "Stop whistling during my meeting." Yeah, and there's some people who still have to be at work. I feel for all the people who are at jobs where you just can't do it from home. And some of them, that a month ago, if you'd said, "Hey, you're a grocery store worker, you're a critical employee," like, people would have laughed. But now, like, guess what? You're, like, critical for people's survival as a grocery store employee. Underappreciated people. Never again look down on some of these people. Bagger at the grocery stores are now pretty much heroes. Oh, inventory for the closure of the casinos. Yeah, the casinos are going to be horrible. And then, of course, Vegas is like crazy in terms of how many different people from all over go there. All right, I finally got a client up here. Yeah, Justin, like, so many jobs can be done 100% remote. We're the pros at doing the work from home stuff. I will say, now that I got some viewers on here, I sent out a memo to the team earlier today that just I had noticed myself since all this insanity has been going on, finding it harder to concentrate and focus. Not because I'm not super passionate about everything. It's just it's a massive emotional and mental distraction. But I told the team, sent out the email to the team earlier today, just letting them know that, I understand everybody on the team is having trouble focusing, concentrating, getting as much work done as they normally had, and that's okay. We need everybody to not be stressed. And I think right now, I think the world understands if people are having, if things are a little bit different right now. So we're still getting some good stuff done, though. I will point out this morning I checked in. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I named it Ruins of Ulfheim. I was going to name it Ulfheim Classic, but that seemed a little too cheesy. So I went with Ruins of Ulfheim, but now I'm trying to remember. Sanyo immediately came back and gave me a better name. But like Ruins of Ulfheim, I think one means like in and one means out or something like that. But anyways, the classic version of Ulfheim as promised. So I actually spent some time. It only took me about a half day to get that back up and working. I spent some time actually going and using that as my test case for my tiered creatures. Hold on, let me get the game capture up over here. So there's at least a background instead of it just you guys looking at my hair and my fish. Relaxing fish. There we go. Oh, but I was going to use it as the test case for my, this is QA, by the way, in case you're wondering why I got so much on login. I was going to use the test case for my scaling creatures. And I started working on that and probably spent an hour on it. And then I was like, I'm a moron. Like, you guys just got mad because we changed this scene and I had to bring back the old one. And now I'm changing the old one that I'm bringing back. So instead I went back to work on Chromatic Canyon. Oh, which is actually the new name for what I think I had called it Prospector Canyon in my 2020 Vision stuff. But Chromatic Canyon is the actual name for it. But anyways, how's everyone holding up out there emotionally and physically? Everybody doing a good job of isolating yourself, hopefully? Not going to the pub? Yeah, it's difficult. It's hard when you have news scaring you all day. So I guess the other thing to remember, in case I've been shocked, there's been some people who don't keep up with this stuff. My uncle just found out about the virus like yesterday, the day before. He runs a commune. I know that's weird, in America at least. But he runs a commune. They don't have TV and they don't really have internet and they don't have much news. But yeah, in case you haven't been keeping up with it, again, the primary factor, I'm not sure if it's good or if this will just scare an MMO audience, but the primary factor that at least everything seems to correlate with is age and weight. Pretty much two things. There's a lot of like other little sub factors that they call out, but if you look at all those, they all seem to correlate with weight, which is things like high blood pressure, diabetes, heart problems, and just a handful of other things, but pretty much all of them have some connection to it. So it's really, they identify the specific things, but they really all identify with the weight. So especially take it seriously. They'd been looking at things for the why age was so critical with it, because there's not as tight a correlation between age and weight, and that like just because you're old doesn't mean you're going to be necessarily, everybody doesn't get heavier. And also for kids, I mean, it made a little sense because 0 to 9, and I've seen lots of different talk, but the blessing, if you can say anything's a blessing about this, is like kids in the 0 to 9 age are pretty much untouched by it. It's the revenge on their parents. Ehondis. Since I'm sitting here acting like an expert, I am not an expert. Let me first just say that on this stuff. I have read a lot about this stuff, and I have talked to a lot of people. Probably even read a few papers that other people haven't seen, just from people forwarding to me. But they are saying, the World Health Organization and a few others are saying to avoid, you call them, Honda says, anti-inflammatory drugs. Really, the drug category to avoid is NSAIDs. Non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs is what they're talking about. They specifically name out ibuprofen, but there's others in there like naproxen sodium, which these are naproxen sodiums like Aleve and those type things. But my guess is they're all of those. So those, for a long time, we've known that those have, in addition to having the anti-inflammatory part, the pain relief part, which is really good for you in a lot of different ways, they have a lot of other side effects in that they can increase fluids in the chest and lungs, not lungs, but chest and the fluid around the heart. And so they actually, over time, can increase blood pressure and cause some heart problems. When you hear naproxen sodium, I used to think that was because it had salt in it, but that's not why it increases it. But anyway, so and it's also can do slight damage to, for the guys out there, it can do damage to testosterone production as well. Might want to avoid that. And also does damage to the immune system, but it's a very slight damage. But it seems they're finding a stronger connection that might suggest. Got any other questions out there on while we're at it? I am not a doctor. I do not play one on TV. The low T already, you got the perfect 69. Perfect 69 last test. I'm not sure what type of test that they're doing where 69's involved, but and yes. So another one I want to dispel, that this seems to be a misunderstanding that now it gets spread around, as I've heard multiple people say it is not. Let's talk about soda. All right, Fizzle, you're just no fun at all. But let me mention this one just because it is kind of important. Masks do help some. There were people saying, do not wear a mask unless you are infected. And that was something that was shouted loudly. That was primarily because of the shortage of masks. They didn't want everyone panic buying masks and people who actually needed masks being able to go get them. So, but I'll get to it. But anyways, there is some benefit for people wearing, to have masks in there. To wear a mask if you're not infected. The thing that I find that it's really most helpful for it, because I went out, I had to make a grocery run recently, my last one for the month, basically. But the thing I found was that it helped keep me from touching my face a lot, which is my big problem, as you guys all well know. That's the other thing you're supposed to try to avoid doing. So, yes, any mask, just to remind yourself. And it also, I went out and probably a third of the people were wearing masks. I mean, I was running around trying to avoid getting within 6 feet of everybody and everything else. But if you actually read the information, it's once someone coughs or whatever and the droplets are in the air, like can stay in the air for hours. So just come home and do the whole silkwood decontamination thing, burn all your clothes, and then take a shower. You'll be fine. Good tip, Werefox. All right, let's talk about some Shroud of the Avatar stuff. So I guess that's one thing I already mentioned that's a bit of a spoiler. I'll pull up my question sheet here in a little bit in case people have actually been asking me questions that are about Shroud or the thing that is 100 times more important. But you guys are coming here to escape talking about that, which is coronavirus. So let's see. Where's my thing? Nope. I got the wrong one. Hold on. So Fizzle, I do have your sheet still open. I still have it open right now. I was looking over some stuff on there. Good things on there. I will be getting or hopefully getting to some of those here soon. And let's see. Will we be getting big cats? You will be getting big cats, Snugsy one. You will be getting big cats. We've actually looked at the models that are out there already. There's a few that will probably use those, and then I think Damon, it burns his poor little artist heart to not make stuff himself. So we will probably also be doing some in-house, but the big ones we'll make sure and get them out there again quick, because again, the big things we want to make sure we get them out within the next month or two. Hold on, I'm trying to adjust my screen. For those who missed it last stream, we found out that I've been streaming at 1280, 720, I think, the whole time, or something like that. And I went and adjusted that after the stream. I seem to be having some slight weirdness in terms of what I'm seeing on my screen now. Let's see if it fixes itself. But anyways, so yes, you will be getting big cats. That is the next thing. We also have the koala we're working on hooking up to get you guys a koala bear. No, he will not be a backpack, and no, you cannot have a Baby Yoda backpack or a C-3PO backpack or any of that other crap you wanted. Koala bear will be a cute, fuzzy little pet. Let's see, Eve Midnight. How long will the 2X experience last? That is a great question. I had originally said, I brought that up. Again, I started that talk like Thursday, Friday. I had discussed it internally with the team a little bit, and it came up again on the Friday stream that we should be doing something to keep you guys wanting to play in the game, because you're all going to be home right now. And at least give you something to be excited about. So I'd actually said that I was going to stay on through the quarantine, but I don't think we know how long the official quarantine is going to last, even here in America. There's most of the schools, many of the schools, I won't say most of them, I don't know how many. I've seen a number of schools that have already officially canceled the rest of the school year for in-class attendance. So I'm fully expecting we're going to be that way. Austin had 3 days ago had 5 cases. 2 days ago had 8. Last night it had 10. By noon today we had 17. That's in Austin. And that again, for those who haven't paid attention, America has done a not stellar job of getting test kits out there. And we're now getting more test kits. So the numbers we're seeing for the most part is not a reflection of increases. It's just a matter of increase in testing. But anyways, we'll see how long the stuff lasts. Maybe through until April. I I was hoping to also use this time to go and look at you guys now while I know you're really, really trying to kill it on experience. Go and look at hot spots again and see what spots need a little tuning. I know that upper tiers has been abandoned. Only a few people go in there. Didn't intend it to go that bad. And difficult, yes. There's a lot of countries, I think, and this is, I mean, it was a shock to everybody just how quickly this came up. Yeah, and there's some countries that I think, maybe some attitudes are to blame, maybe a lack of information's to blame. But a lot of countries, including America, Italy, Spain, didn't do a great job. And it's one of those things, the whole idea of quarantine, taking super big precautions goes like flies in the face of freedom. So not surprising we weren't doing a great job at some point. So, but again, we're doing much better now. Actually seeing some good things happening. So. And again, my heart absolutely goes out because I know we have a lot of Italian players, but let's see. Crafty Method asks, thoughts on local VoIP? VoIP. So that's voice over IP. It's one of those things we've looked at a few times, and we actually put Discord in for a little while, but that broke quickly. We kind of did that probably too early in Discord's lifetime, and they were changing a lot of stuff constantly. We keep saying we're going to go back and reevaluate that, but it's one of those things, enough people have their own solutions, and it's tough to pull them out of it, that I think it just hasn't been a high priority. A lot of people still do TeamSpeak and run TeamSpeak servers, and I know a lot of guilds have that, so a lot of the guilds just do Discord servers. Let's see. Crowquills ask, how does adventure level affect base hit points and focus, and do the passives, healthy for example, influence it? Yes, I think I might have shared these formulas before, but there's a formula, your adventure level actually does affect your hit points, your health. Again, just trying to scale that up slightly as you move along, but it's not as big as it can be in other games. I think part of the problem is kind of there's a lot of things in there that like your base hit points is kind of the base, but then there's multipliers on it rather than being addition adders. So as you get higher level, you tend to, hit points go up way fast. Hold on, I gotta cover this dog with something. No, you don't know where your blanket is. Dog is jealous of the fish behind me. When the no ransoms experiment will it end? Let's see. It has started a very long time ago. Yes. I was actually thinking about bringing that back. See, can you guys see that? Like the name down there? Like I'm missing that. Thank you for the follow, Voiceless Raccoon. And also thank you, Ehondis and Trick Steve and... Oh, I think I know what's causing that. I think I can fix that. Hold on, let me see if I can fix that. And let's see, Trick Steve and Lancel, thank you guys. And hold on, I gotta get the, yeah, okay, there, I think I got that now. Except I don't see the text on it. Hold on. There we go. That's the thing I really wanted. Yeah. But does your health heightened awareness affect the base hit point? I believe it does, Crowquills. I know you probably want some math, so give me 1 minute here. And I will get you the exact formula for it. And then I can verify what you want to know. Let's see. You ready for this stuff? Hold on. Well, I'm going to have to look this up. All right, give me 1 second here to clean this up slightly. And then I will post it to the channel there and you can see what I'm talking about. I hear you, dog. Hold on. Getting close. Almost there. Got it. You guys ready? Here it is. Bam. So then the next question is, you know what strength is. What is base health? So base health, I think that's actually a base of 10. Now, where does it looks like these other things will get added. Hold on a second, I'll find that thing there. So it looks like healthy is adding to the stat health, which is not the same as base health. So let me find where this gets called. Base health is actually calculated base health. What? Hold on. And calculated base health is your health or expression. So that looks like it's 10. So that first number is going to be 10, it looks like. All right, I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. I thought it added into the base health. It appears that it does not necessarily add into the base health, but that is the formula that gets used for the calculations. The only question is, what is base health? I believe it's just 10. And then I believe those other things are just additions on top of it. So I gave you some math. Not necessarily all the math you needed. Let's see. Yeah, in Anthrax, I will probably... What do you think? In the Fizzle, you're one of the guys who pushed for this. What do you think? In the no ransom experiment and hopefully get Qs in next quarter, which will bring back the PvP. What do you think? Yes. Use my PvP system. All right, I'll look at doing the rolling back, putting the ransoms back on. I think I might have taken that out of the messages already when you log in. Let's see. Ooh, Crossfire Bug's Eye wants to know, can we get an archery target dummy for National Archery Day, May 9th? You guys don't have one? I thought you guys had one, maybe not. But yeah, that's good to know. We like to hit any of these holidays since they come up yearly, and good time to publicize it. Let me mention that on our chat channel. We're always looking for little things to throw in as our monthly bonus, and maybe that's a good one to throw in for our May monthly bonus. Snugsy asks the important question. How about those bards? I do have a list of things that are pretty trivial things get done. I'm still waiting on character combat state stuff. It will be in for this release, though. Again, for this release, it's going to be it'll be on live. I will be, if Travis doesn't get his scene live. I haven't heard much from him lately, except that he's one of the people on the team who is sick and is sitting around wondering if he's got coronavirus or if he's just sick. We actually have a couple people on the team who basically have symptoms and have a fever, but we don't know because we can't get tested, because if you call locally, they won't test you. They're only testing people in the healthcare industry or people who've traveled out of the country or for some other reason are high risk. But anyways, I don't know if he's going to be done with his map or not. If he's done with his map, I'm going to try to sneak the trainer for the bards into his map. If he's not done, it's going to go into Ruins of Altheim. Hey, Justin. Thank you. Thank you very much. And let me see if you said something. Nope. Just saying, just being nice. That's great. Yeah, and a lot of people on the team have the crud right now, in addition to, because there's not enough reasons to stress right now about having a cough. I have to admit, I've had that little cough. You guys know I had that thing from like January, February, basically. I was coughing on all those and not on the stream. Well, I still have like a kind of lingering snotty sinuses junk that really is just me living in Austin, Texas, and the allergies here are insane. The cedar fever is insane. But it's one of those things, I never really thought about it. When I went to the store yesterday, I think was the last time I went to the store, and I'd gone for 96 hours without leaving our property. By the way, I am taking everything very seriously. But I went to the store and started to cough, just my usual throat clearing cough. And I was like, oh God, I can't cough. If I cough in public, I'm going to be people will throw gasoline on me or something. So anyways, it's weird. There's just so many things that are just so crazy about this right now. Speaking of which, yeah, everybody else on the team now has the crud. And now I'm the healthy one. Let's see. For those who missed it after the Friday stream, I did go in and make a bunch of updates to lot stuff and pot limits and things like that. Just some things that we'd kept artificially low that didn't really make as much sense anymore. And I want to give you guys something to do so you'd have a reason to be in game instead of out walking around socializing with people at the pub. I'm glaring at somebody. Probably glaring at a lot of you, but anyways. I believe that did go live. I'll try to get some more of those things. I had some more tune-ups that people had suggested and that Elgarion had suggested. Let's see. Eve Midnight asks, where is Elgarion? He's still streaming? Yes, and that's what I was just saying. He is still streaming. Yes, there will be no Team Pancake days, but Elgarion is still streaming. He just has the same throat crud that we all have, and it's really hard. Even though you feel well enough to, muddle through it and do it, you just, as I found out, you can't talk for long. By the end of an hour-long stream, I'm sitting there coughing my guts out, and it's made me worse. Ehondis asks, are magic resistances tied to your stats at all? If not, should they in some way for more, or should they be in some way for their more customizations? Well, technically, magic resistance are tied to your stats because you can always get warding or get, more attunement and those things, which helps with it. But yeah, really, they're not tied to it. And the wardings were how I added it. But again, it's almost like I wish I had some way. It's tough. It's one of those challenging things. I wish I had a way that I could give you guys more ways to do that. But I don't want to. Doing that would likely unbalance PvP unless it's the way that I have it now, where you can get a warding where you dramatically decrease your attunement to dramatically increase, more dramatically increase your resistance. But yeah, that's one of those things. Again, I'd mentioned the perk system that's coming. That's one of the things that I'd planned on putting in the perk system, is just having a way that you can continually perk up against, put perks towards magic resistance or specific school resistance. Because as soon as you add that, for instance, if I had a, for maybe for 250,000 experience points per point. There's a perk you could take that would increase your fire resistance, say. So basically, when I say per point, 250,000 experience, that means the first point you can get for fire resistance is 250,000 experience points. To get 2 points of fire resist, get the next point, it's 500,000. For the next one, 750,000. Then it's 1,000,000. You can obviously see how that continues to go up. But the plan for that is that's one of the common things that people would do for that is they would have perks, and they would be able to buy that up with perks that didn't come with a downside, but were extremely expensive. Mike Soda, can you add taxed place anywhere water deeds? This is one of those things that I absolutely hate that I wish I knew more about. There's all these like weirdo rules that we have left over from years gone by. So it's one of those things, usually when someone asks something like that, I'm like, hey crowd, hey audience, can we add that? Can we add tax place anywhere water deeds? See, there you go. Vino knows. It's like again, at some point there's some things, content in the game that basically are just dead because of some of these promises, that couldn't be thought out quite well enough. And so maybe that's one of those things we change it to be like, place anywhere, we come up with an episode 2, place anywhere water deed or whatever, that can only be used in episode 2. But there's a lot of that content that, again, is dead content that is slowly falling out of the game because nobody has it. For me, as the guy, trying to be in charge of the game and figure out how to make the game fun and also expand the team, translation, make money, it's a big challenge for me, and those are things that are extremely frustrating to me just based on those two things of trying to make the game fun. Hey, here's the thing some people want, and make money. Yeah. Again, I will look at it. I knew there's some reason that people weren't supposed to have it, but again, the place anywhere episode 2 deed won't be significant or meaningful. Thank you, Elwin, for pointing out ahead of me the thing that my brain finally reached, which is why have an episode 2 place anywhere water deed when we don't have, when everything's in pots. Again, there may be some player housing in episode 2 cities, but if there is, it'll be minimal. So, Mike Soda, oh, you just looking out for me? Thanks, bud. Yeah, my goal is always and has always been to think a little less about making money and think more about how to make the game fun that may have the side effect of making us money. And again, that's something like the increase in the deco limits on things is just one of those things that it's like, this is primarily for you guys is fun, but it has the nice side effect of making us some money. Speaking of fun and making money, I have not done a giveaway. I have failed, and I only have, I'm going to cut my stream off here at 3. Right now, I have no Maxine at home. But just due to the reality of the world around us right now, and the stress levels, that I'm stressed, but not that stressed by all this stuff. Since, I've worked from home forever, my wife is a little more stressed, so I'm trying to be very conscious and the good husband, supporting husband, because now she's having to work from home and she is high stress, so I'm trying to get off for her. But Maxine is actually staying with the grandparents until tomorrow. So I get to go get her tomorrow. We let my parents have her for Maxine's birthday, which just happened, so they're very thankful for that, so. As always, I'm giving you guys a lovely, glorious backdrop to view. Oh, and that I think right there we just saw the thing in the GDOC that I'm probably going to fix. If you watch off to the sides of the screens, you guys may not be able to see it that much. if you rapidly swing your camera in a place like this, see that white square appearing sometimes? You guys might be able to see it. But anyways, there's this white square that appears. And what that is that's the new culling system. That is a side effect of it. It honestly doesn't show up that much in normal scenes because there's usually something behind it. It shows up here because it's a wall and then there's nothing behind it. But that is the culling system is culled that, and it's not keeping up quite fast enough. So if you rapidly swing your screen is when it happens. It can happen. But that is also something that I've got basically a slider way to improving is just, slight trade-off in performance for that. But yeah, that's trying to see if I can find any other minor side effects from it. Yeah, you just catch out of the corner of your eye. In most scenes, it's not visible. In this scene, it's really visible because of the, you go past these walls and it's just white or infinity. But anyways, here, this is a much better backdrop, right? You guys know I'm just here to answer questions anyways. I should just have my picture of me bigger. And you can at least see my relaxing fish in the background. Hey, thank you much, Damien Kill. If you have, by the way, for Tonti330, thank you, Hondas, thank you, Damien Kill, thank you. If you guys have any questions on Shroud, I am the guy to answer them for the most part. I'm the guy who thinks he knows everything and made a lot of stuff in the game. The guy who actually knows more stuff about the game and actually knows the reality is also here in chat, though. That would be Elgarion. I'm just a guy who made a lot of the stuff and thinks he knows a lot of the stuff. But I can tell you why we did something dumb is basically the difference. Elgarion can tell you the dumb thing we did. I can tell you why we did the dumb thing. So there. Glepo1, can we get attenuation limit raised from 5 million XP an hour? You guys hurt me. You hurt me so bad. That's so much experience. But yes, I'd plan on turning that up. Let me save that for this next weekend. Like, not tomorrow, but I'll turn it on for Friday morning. And then you guys, that'll give you a reason to play next weekend morning. Yeah, Devilcolt's right. 5 million is enough. 12 million, Fizzle? You get lost. Yeah, hoser. I don't think you're from Canada. Anyways, let me answer a few more questions. Oh, I didn't do the drawing. I mentioned I was going to do the drawing, but you guys all raffled up? All raffled? Raffled? Everybody raffled? Raffle, 104 raffled peoples? Okay, here we go. Elgarion, I'm sure you were out there watching. Heraldry Gust Ball uniform is what I was giving away. I really like those. I know they're a little bit silly, but they're not like stupid silly. They're just kind of interesting silly. All right, that's pretty good. Closing, picking a winner. Did it do it? Oh, there it is. Spungwa, you have won, kind sir. All right, let me put up a new raffle thing. I'll do 2 raffles here quick. And then I will then answer some more questions. Then I will call it a day and go be the good husband and spend time with a stressed out wife. There it is. That's what I was giving away. You know what? I actually like these things. Let's just give away a couple more of these guys. So I'll give away 2 of these guys at the end of the stream here in about another 12 minutes or whatever. So let me just allow entries. I know you guys are going to do it anyways and do the raffle thing. But I did not clear the list, so if you had already raffled, you don't need to raffle again. That would be everybody. All right, let me answer a few more questions here. Oh, let me think about some things. I know some more cool things have changed here recently. I mentioned, for those who didn't get on the early part of the stream, Ulfheim Classic will be replacing New Coke in the next release. It's not true, but I did bring back the old Ulfheim, and it will be basically identical to what it was before. But that'll be in the next release. That'll be in the next QA build I do, which I'll probably do one. I may not do it tonight. I'll probably do one tomorrow night. And I'll probably put the Bard trainer in the entryway to Ulfheim, so you guys have a reason to go there. But also because you guys need a trainer, and we don't have any other episode 2 cities, I think, that will be live. So I'm just going to jam in my scene. I have actually started, for those who are wondering, I have started the other thing I mentioned early on when there were only about 20 people in here was I did start Chromatic Canyon, which is the outdoor mining scene. We've already got several plans in there. It's changed to Chromatic rather than Prospector Canyon. Just a quick update. Coffee is Life. I recently came across Chillblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering and loved it. Was perfect for my current strength. Are there any more scenes for the tier 7 and level 90 to 100-ish bracket of players planned? At the moment, there's not much I can partake in that I haven't done time and time again. That is actually one of the things that we're working on doing, and I have been doing a little bit, but I've kind of been more taking... We have... our plan initially... one of the places where we failed, maybe I should say could have done better, was in our plan to have what scene levels we had for players. We built entirely, and again, this is years in the past. Absolutely not my fault, because of course we know I'm not to blame for anything. But we had a ton of different, we had 10 tier 1 scenes and 10 tier 2 scenes and 10 tier 4 scenes and tier 5 scenes, and then we didn't have anything above that. So basically building the game for the beginning player in the first 20 to 40 hours of gameplay and nothing beyond that. So I had taken it upon myself to go and fix some of those things, but that is one of the places where we lacked. But if you go and look, there's a number of scenes that I have gone back and taken like a tier 3 scene that gets nobody in it and tuned it up. I think the problem is probably what you're aware of far more than me, and maybe the other players can help you out with a better idea of a place. But I've taken a lot of those lower tier scenes that were quality scenes, but I took them from tier 2 scenes to tier 10 or tier 12 scenes. Things like Mysterious Swamp and Ruined Keep, and Ravensmoor may be in that a good map for you that's kind of in that tier 7. So that would be one. Not Raven's Lair, Ravensmoor. And Fizzle, yes, you are correct, and that is what Fizzle said, and this is not something that Fizzle just created. This is something I've mentioned on my past streams and am working on, which is the difficulty thing. We're changing up how we set the difficulty, how we set all the stats and powers of all creatures. I've actually got this working now. There's only one piece I'm missing, but we can go live with that, which is basically we don't have a good way to do the dynamic loot for creatures. Like, their loot doesn't improve with it. Their experience improves, all their stats improve, their skills changes to level up. They don't have loot improvement. And that is one I've got, I believe we've got a task on... I think it's on one and only, but I'll have to go look. But anyways, yes, having maps where you can go up to them, right-click on the map, and say play in hard mode, enter in hard mode, enter in expert mode. So it takes the exact same map and makes it more challenging for you. Is something that is coming. That is mostly there now. I actually have some of the creatures set up that way, and I need you guys to try some of them. So maybe that's something I can sneak in at the last minute here for this release, which is only a little over a week away, by the way. Even though it's close to the end, just taking a small scene, old scene, and redoing it. I don't think it'll take me more than a day. But bards, Snugsy one about the bards. So yes, they will be coming along. They will be on there. Just mentioning the bards because I'm sitting here again piling 1,000 things on top of my plate. Let's see. The Coffee is Life. I would recommend if you haven't been to Ravensmoor. Ravensmoor is kind of an old school dungeon crawler, and I think it's kind of in the tiers, kind of the same difficulty as Chillblains. But again, talking to some of the people around you, that would be one you could probably do most of it solo. I'm not sure you'll be able to do all of it solo. Ruins of Ravensmoor. Yes. Raven's Lair. When will Bard be on live, or are they on live now? They are currently on QA. They're not on live. They have every day they're getting, or every QA build at least, they're getting a little more, some more features to them. Right now, the VFX are the things being worked on. The state machine is still the thing that's missing. We should have that hopefully by the weekend. I was hoping to have it this last weekend, but again, I think I mentioned early on for those who missed it. I basically sent out an email to the team just acknowledging to everyone that the world is crazy right now, and that I think we all understand if people have trouble focusing and being as productive as they were. Even though we're a team that has worked from home for a while, again, I know personally I found it very destructive to my normal workflow for several reasons. One, the family is home. Not right now, not today at least, but having the wife home, having Maxine home most of the time is destructive, but also it's just the impending doom, stress, and the need to go back and read more about things. But anyways, but yes, I believe it will be live. It will be live this next release. The question is when we will stop the 100% return on skill training, which is kind of when it's really live, but it'll be on live. You'll be able to play a Bard on live in 9 days. But expect some tuning to them after that. Because again, we got some tuning. I got a lot of feedback I still need to go act on in the QA forums. Just curious. Has anyone played on QA in the last couple days on a Linux box? I know it's a long shot. Gwendolyn, I saw the bug reports. I am going to work on the stuff for the bards. I know it's more than just a few little things here and there. There's a lot of big stuff wrong with it. Damon is almost done with the VFX for them. I think he had the last one to do, which was the explosion one. Oopa the Veil is the Linux user. Oopa the Veil is amazing. Really, Oopa the Veil? It's fine? Sweet. All right, then that's great news. And thank you, Oopa the Veil, for being such a good helper. That's awesome. For those who didn't know, we had a problem. We tried to move forward on Unity builds a while back, but there was one really big problem, which is basically Unity in a long-term service. We only fix bugs in these. Patch release managed to break a lot of the collision stuff in Unity only for Linux. So anyways, we should now be able to fix it up. We will now be able to go with the new version of Unity. As always, this is actually 8-point releases, jump of 8-point releases. We're on 0.11 right now. This is a jump of 8-point releases. So several, 4 months worth of updates to it. And in their patch notes, there's probably 100 crash fixes. We always dream that one of these crash fixes will be the crash fix that will make everybody stop crashing as much. I know some people crash a lot. I know some people crash not much. I actually crashed on stream the other day, which is embarrassing. But anyways, we'll see. I'm not. I used to be hopeful when I'd see, hey, they fixed a crash. Oh, we do that. That could be us. That could be our crash. We'll see. Yaz72, with everyone on lockdown, do you guys have any plans for on-game events, contests, tournaments, etc. to maximize time we'll be spending in game? I'm working on some things. Again, I've got a ton of stuff on my plate trying to get the bards wrapped up, get those last fixes in, get a couple of maps into the game. There's still an ever so slim chance I'll be able to get the Chromatic Canyon done. But it'll definitely go on QA within a few weeks at least. But yeah, again, the double experience point stuff, trying to do sales where we can. I was going to go and, I keep saying, I think I may have mentioned this on stream, so I probably just have to do it at this point. Oh, and thank you, Antrax, Artec, and then thank you times 5. You're awesome, the Maynard. Hopefully you didn't ask a question that I missed there. But thank you. But yes, continuing to try to get some stuff in there. Oh, and the thing I mentioned on the last stream that I probably just need to go ahead and do at this point, because you guys probably won't buy anymore until I do it, was it mentioned cutting the prices on the mannequins to be a little more reasonable. That's one thing you can look at. People said, put them on sale, and I don't think they need to be on sale. I think they need to have their base price adjusted, and then if they go on sale, great. Let's see. Yes, COVID, well, that's the thing, is I actually intentionally, when I got sweaty earlier, I was like, oh, I'm going to do a stream later. I should probably, like, comb my hair or take a shower or something like that. I intentionally kind of did the thing with my hair so that I'd look more like a COVID-19 quarantine person. I normally at least try, like, run my fingers through my hair or do something, but today I figured I'd just look kind of homeless. Looks good, yeah, I know. Gives my hair more body. Right? Saving water. Not only are we saving gas, but we're saving water too. Wild monkey sex. That is too much information, Lace. Let's see. The Maynard asks, can we still upgrade our pots with crowns? Absolutely. You can still upgrade them with crowns. My goal has always been to move all that stuff completely to game, move as much as we can in any of that pot stuff into game. We don't have a full system for supporting it. The best bet is to mail probably Elgarion. I'm sure he checks his email daily. Or you can just mail them to me, but probably mail me in the forums as well, because I try to get on live to check my email, but I've been spending most of my time on QA for obvious reasons. So I've been missing some emails, so you may have sent me some and I totally missed it. But anyways, yes, absolutely upgrade with coders. But my goal with that was I wish we could move everything over there. Hey, thank you very much, Korik Bloodguard Sota. But I wish we could move everything over to Kodos and in-game management. But my thought on that has always been we're making you go and like do it in like the web store stuff, which is horrible because like if you're a pot and you're a good pot and like, you know, people support the pot, then like it's so much easier to have people, you know, give you crowns for an upgrade, you know, and have everybody in the town chip in for an upgrade, and then you guys do the upgrade through crowns. Than it is to go to a web interface and, you know, enter credit card information, all that jazz. So anyways, yes, always do. You can always do pot upgrades with crowns. Let's see. Fizzle says, Chris, please, if you're going to put back in ransom, you need to also implement this, or it will be useless. -- asterisk. What is this, man? Maybe that's the cue. Let's see. Sean Butts, when are we going to get more data in the APIs? The API finally back up is the real question. I think the API, I actually got the two people involved with the API, Undone and Taz, to look at it. For those who didn't know, we have a data API so you guys can query some stuff. But we got the email that anybody who's dealt with Amazon web stuff hates getting, which is your AWS box whatever has been degraded. which really means that your box has already caught fire and burned to the ground. So we got that for the box that was running, I think it was our load balancer. But anyways, something in that broke anyways, and when that broke, the load balancer, something did not pick up properly to get the API going again, and our API was down for a while. We do still plan on adding API stuff. Again, we're trying to get caught up on stuff, so that's probably like end of the year stuff, unless we come up with some more specific items to add to it. We really can. We have an API call that we make when we log stuff for our server, and we just say, do we want this to also go to the API call? I just haven't really looked into which things to add. So yeah, so maybe if we get some more specific stuff that makes sense, Sean Butts, we can get those added in. I can just go update those calls. 2 people, that's half the staff. Darn near. Those are actually 2 of the people who are sort of halfway on staff. Taz works for us, for those who don't know. Taz is in Spain, which is another area that has been hit very hard. Taz being Tassilo. If you're really old, as in followed Shroud since Kickstarter days, you'll remember Taz as being the guy that people would make fun of because he looks like he's got like the Luigi or Mario mustache, and they would make fun of him like with Mario references and stuff. But anyways, he's in Spain right now, and he's on lockdown in Spain. I think he's in Barcelona. But anyways, but he's contract. He like, as in like, he just works whatever. I let him work whatever he wants to, as much time as he'll give us. Which lately he's actually been putting in pretty close to full time. So good for him. Spain sucks balls at the moment. Yeah, it does. That's everywhere's going to suck balls, and that's one of those things. If you suck balls, I'm going to quit using that phrase. If you suffer a little more right now, it's absolutely going to help you guys in the long run. So it may be doing poorly right now in terms of not being fun, but again, it's in the long run, it is for the benefit of everybody. So good for you, Spain. Again, super emotional about Italy, just because I know some people over there, and I know we have some players over there, and happy the world. I think the one good thing coming from that is the world is getting to see, how bad it can be, and taking it seriously based on their experience. But anyways, enough talk about virus stuff. If you missed earlier part in the stream, I talked a lot about COVID-19. But yes, we should also do some more sales type stuff, and I will work on getting some things out there. Maybe we'll just every Friday we'll try and get a little something cool out there. Maybe this Friday will be the mannequins, and then the other is the dirt pavers. Because I've had people point out, like, if there ever was going to be a paver that should have been craftable, it should have been the dirt pavers. And instead, I think we charge like 3,200 crowns or something for them. Yes, I do make fun of some of those decisions on the streams. Yaz, will you be adding a summons to bards? Say something like Siren, Harpy, or Nymph. Actually, if you look at the bard tree, I forget if it's visible to you guys or not, there's actually a chant of charming, I believe, that is a charm. I have done a tiny bit of testing with it, and it needs a little more love and a little more, just a tiny bit more tech. But what that was intended to be is you can use it on an animal, something that's marked as an animal, and it will basically change the faction to be friendly. It's basically a faction change. But right now, not all of the AI stuff resets properly when you do that, and I was working through that stuff, and basically that's one that'll probably come online as a charm spell, so they won't get their own charm, but they will be able to charm some creatures. And by charm, I mean make friendly, so if you're being attacked by something, they'll defend you from it. So... And that's one of those too, for people who've played other games that have that type of mechanic that is kind of a double whammy. If you can get a creature that was attacking you to now defend you and attack the thing that you were attacking, you can frequently get the double whammy of, even though I have it charmed, I really want that thing to die. and now it's fighting the thing that I need to do damage to, and it's taking damage from the thing. So really you get like the double whammy. So again, we'll see. I've got to go, and that's another one I see. CD and Werefox mentioned the charm a unicorn. That's one I've got to go do an evaluation of which things should be charmed. Another one that's on, that came out of one of these streams here recently that is on QA already, will be on live in a week, is I'm getting the bus alarm. It's time to go get Maxine from the bus stop. I can probably cancel those alarms now, huh? But it'll be on QA in a week, or on live in a week, is the increased experience, dramatically increased experience from skinning things, from skinning higher level creatures. You'd go out and kill a level 5 bear, and you skin it, and you get 1,000 experience points. You skin a level 15 polar destroyer or whatever, and you skin it, and you get, you guessed it, 1,000. So that's actually been changed quite a bit. Elrond, King of Elves. That's a good question. Why only skinning? Because that's what I was able to get done in the morning. The canyon, the chromatic canyon that I'm working on, as I mentioned, is a mine scene. And thank you, Don Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins. But the canyon I'm working on, that's one of the things I've seen in that, is I sit there and go through our list of mining nodes and other nodes that I'm dropping into the canyon. Is we don't give you much experience for that stuff. It's time consuming and tedious, and it never really scales up, so we need to give you a lot more experience for that stuff. Alright guys, it is now 3:11, and I do need to get off to go spend a little quality time with the wife while we are baby free. And I think we're going to, I know this will be exciting for you guys, we're going to plant our tomatoes. That was the other thing I got yesterday when I made my quick run, was actually called ahead to see if they had a crowd and if they were open. And they said nobody was there, but I went to my local garden store, the Natural Gardener, to get our organic tomatoes, because I figured that was one that I could justify as being required in case this goes into the summer and we reduce our need to go to the store and buy fresh fruit. Grow our own fruit here at home. Pro tip, cherry tomatoes. Never do any big tomatoes. They're always so disappointing. That's just my personal thing. And you guys should be raffling up. Let's see. You guys all raffled up? Anyways, I'm going to do the giveaway here. I'll do giveaway 2 more of those outfits so we can equip you guys, getting you ready for a Gust Ball tournament that will be coming as soon as one only finishes the Bard stuff, and then finishes the shadow casting distance stuff that he's working on, and then finishes the bugs for the Gust Ball. Alright, let's do this. Guys, again, absolutely take all the stuff you hear seriously. I normally do the whole thank you for your support, but guys, please, I will thank you greatly if you guys listen to what the authorities say. Take all this stuff seriously. Be safe out there. And stay home and play. If not our game, play a different game. Of course, we'd like you playing ours and supporting it too. But we will try to get some more sales and specials and reasons to be in game going on for you guys. And yeah, I kind of wish I had time right now. I just don't have time, but I wish I could do like one of these big tournament things again, like the Deco contest or something. But I think you guys are all raffled up. Raffle for pot, or pot wells would work. Oh, the pot wells. Oh. Oh, make Elgarion do it? I'm trying not to stress Elgarion out. I actually had to give him a talk this morning. I know he's out there listening to this too, but I gave him the talk this morning or yesterday morning, telling him to work less. Just because he's sick and I see him on a lot. So I hate throwing stuff on his plate when that may not be something he enjoys. I think people do the best job at the best work at a job when they enjoy what they're doing. So trying to make that too uncool, and I think he does a ton of amazing stuff. So if he comes up with something he wants to do for a tournament, I would gladly put up like $500, $1,000 in prize junk for that tournament. That maybe we could do. That would be one if we do come up with something. Maybe we could do it like, we lift it at some point, like when kids go back to school or something like that. Elgarion hire was your best decision ever. I'm gonna say having a amazing 5-year-old. Oh, I need to update that. An amazing 6-year-old was my best decision ever. And then after that, I'm required by contract to say that marrying my wife was the second best decision. And then maybe I'll put Elgarion third on that list. Pretty good decision, though. 500,000 in prizes isn't enough? What? We'll do something cool. Maybe we can give away something interesting. And that's, again, only if we decide we have time to do something, which we do not. But anyways, let's close the raffle and pick a few winners, and I will send you guys back to the game. If you do have some specific ideas, feel free to email or message Elgarion some ideas. I saw a bunch of quality of life suggestions come in, one from Fizzle on some stuff, but also for some other players. I'm going to try to get a few of those guys in as well for this release. And as always, guys, thank you so much for your support. Be safe. Be safe. And let's do the raffle. Remember, I'm drawing twice for the same thing. The Heraldry Gust Ball uniform. You ready? Here we go. Bam. Patch Up. You have won. Patch Up. Speak up. Hopefully you're patch up in game. If not, you'll probably need to tell community the avatar who you actually are in game. That's one. You guys ready for the next one? Bam. Kathy888. Yay, that's a name I've seen a lot, but don't remember if they've ever won. So thank you, Kathy888. Patch Up, you guys are the grand winners, which doesn't really mean anything because you got the exact same thing the other guy got. But let me go find somebody to raid on Twitch. Kathy Earnshaw, I know that name. Let's see, we have Fizzle, and we have Party of One going on right now. I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. Fizzle, are you going to tell people good stuff? If so, I'm just going to raid you because you made some good feedback stuff, and I know you put a lot of effort into that list you gave me. This will be my minor reward. The real reward is the actually doing some of that crap. The down payment on the reward for all that help with things and good feedback on stuff. As I will give you a raid there. Alright guys, if you want to learn how to play the game, Fizzle is second best behind Elgarion. The best hire I ever made. Just saying that because he's on the stream. Although it's close to true. But go watch Fizzle. He will give you all the pro tips. Fizzle, if you end before Party of One, give him a raid because I raided you instead of him and he was the other guy on there. But guys, again, stay safe out there. Don't worry about me because I'm staying safe and being extra careful on things. But definitely take care of the other things. Take care of friends. I've gone around and offered to a lot of the neighbors on stuff. I know there's insanity going on with toilet paper and other stuff. We were fortunate enough we designed and built our house, and we built it with a massive pantry. And I didn't hoard food. We just always seem to have like 6 months worth of food on hands. So we're good, and we're planning on staying home. The only reason I had to go to the grocery store was for acetaminophen instead of ibuprofen. And also to get fresh fruit, which is the other thing I'll probably have to go out for in about a week. But anyways, you guys stay safe out there. Be careful. And let's go raid Fizzle. And thanks for all the support. And see you guys in game. And you can watch for lowering some prices on the thing to be nice to you guys. Take care.